It's a busy time of year and sometimes we just need a little R&R. So let's Four of Swords it. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. Today we are talking about the Four of Swords. When you look at the progression of the story of the minor arcana, the Four is not that far into the journey, and yet it already speaks to a very, very important trait that we need to have, which is rest. When we start a new quest, we go in gung-ho, we want to experience, we want to do everything, we want to take in as much as we can, but oftentimes we do so at the expense of our own energy. So what the Four of Swords reminds us is that sometimes doing nothing, taking inaction, literally physically resting is what we need for ourselves. So if we look at the art itself, there's a couple of things here that bring our attention to this. The first thing drawing our attention is the man that you see across the card. This is a knight. He's still wearing his armor and he's laying across a tomb. No, he is not dead. This knight is showing us that we don't have to wait that long to actually take the rest that we deserve. He's not giving up on his quest by any means, and that's symbolized by the sword that you see below him there. That's his sword that he has set aside, but it is still nearby, and it is still close enough that he hasn't lost sight of what his true job is. He has his hands above him in a symbol of prayer. That's just to help us to know that he's not dead. He's actually taking rest and repose. Above him on the wall, you'll see 3 swords hanging down towards his head and torso. Now, these swords themselves don't necessarily have meaning unto themselves, but when I look at this card, I like to notice that these 3 swords are in a very dangerous position should they fall. But he is so focused and so confident and so sure of the rest that he is taking that he doesn't fear those swords or any action that they could take. You'll also see that there's a window, is a stained glass window with a woman and a child in it. This window itself, I like to look at as a reminder to look into our past, to look into our life experiences, perhaps our childhood, and the playfulness that we had at those times as a way to center ourselves in our rest, in our repose. So again, this is a reminder to release stress and find that rest that we are looking for. Reversed, this card, it still means that we need to take a break, but it means that we're not willing to take that time out for ourselves, and we're probably going to get run down, and we may even find ourselves getting sick, getting physically ill. So you really don't want this card to show up upside down, because it means that you're not taking care of yourself. Upright, it means that resting is just as important a part of the journey as everything else that you do along the way. So especially this time of year where we tend to get a little bit overwhelmed, remember to take time out for yourself, and remember that rest is an important part of our journey. So I hope you're going to go take a nap now. I hope you're going to go unplug and unwind. And I hope you've enjoyed this Tarot Tuesday, and we'll see you next time.